Hey guys, before we get into the video, just want to take a minute to thank you for coming and checking this one out, and like, share, subscribe, and if you feel like you can gain some value out of it, leave a comment below in the comment section. Thanks, let's get to it. What's up guys, Coach Benjamin here, Foundations Baseball Development, back with another video. It's been a little bit since I posted, just some stuff going on, pretty busy lately, but something really stuck out to me that I know especially a lot of my younger guys are, they deal with regularly, and that is comparing ourselves to somebody else. Especially on a baseball field, you know, it's easy to look at what somebody else is doing, their numbers, their just physical skills when they warm up, and think, oh my gosh, that guy's so much better than me. But that's an unhealthy thing to be doing. And I'll tell you why. So, number one, it gives you an out, right? If you go into a game, a matchup, an at-bat thinking, well, this guy's so much better than me, so it's okay if I strike out, if it's okay if I don't put my best effort forward because it's just going to get beat anyway. That is such a horrible attitude to have. When I coach, it's, you know, I want my guys to be proud and be able to look each other in the eye and look me in the eye and be able to tell each other, hey, I gave it everything I had. I left everything I had on that field. And that's regardless of who the opponent is. You know, win or lose, everything goes on that field. Everything. And that's the only way to play the game. Number two, comparison stifles your growth, stifles your development. I don't want anyone that I train to be focused on how much better so-and-so is than you. You know, I want you to focus on your development. If you're focused elsewhere, you're going to stifle your development and your growth. And it's not what we're trying to do. Number three, this is probably the biggest, you know, save the best for last, right? So if you haven't heard, you will now. Comparison is the thief of joy. Our former president, Teddy Roosevelt, is credited with saying that. He's on Mount Rushmore. He, you know, one of the great presidents in U.S. history. But he is credited with saying that, although, you know, so is Mark Twain, so is a whole bunch of other folks throughout history, always warning about the dangers of comparing ourselves to anybody else. And if y'all don't know, you know, I get my basic life philosophy from this. This is the Bible. There's a myriad of verses in here that talk about not comparing ourselves to others. Usually it's in reference to sin and stuff like that, you know, but in any case. So how do we not compare ourselves to others? I mean, baseball is going to tell you where you stand, right? It'll tell you where you stand in relation to others. It'll tell you, right? But here's what I came up with. Number one, focus on development. Focus on your development. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. Recently, I took up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu again. I am a white belt, which means development and foundations and just very, very basic stuff is essentially my whole life when I go to class. Um, and also getting beat a lot, getting twisted into a pretzel a lot, involuntary yoga, tapping out and learning and learning and learning and asking, how did you do that? Um, always focusing on development and being better than I was yesterday. Um, be consistent with your development. Be consistent. If you can only train once a week, train once a week and make it consistent. Embrace what myself or any of your other coaches tell you, um, and be consistent with your training. Embrace the process. Know that it takes 10,000 hours to be a master at something, at anything. 10,000 hours of practice. And yeah, so if you see a guy that is intimidating, that you think, oh man, he's so much better than me, just know he's just had more practice than you. So what's to say you can't get to that level? Don't compare yourself to that, but just make it a goal instead of a comparison, right? I want to be able to do that. And when those breakthroughs come, trust them. Remember those breakthroughs. Remember the breakthroughs. Like, hey, you did it. Now do it that way again. When it comes to, pitching, throwing a strike. A lot of you guys are starting to learn how to throw off-speed pitches now, like curveballs and sliders and stuff like that. When that happens, it's pretty exciting. Embrace it, trust it, and learn how to perfect it. It's a really, really exciting time for baseball when you start learning how to throw off-speed pitches. But in any case, guys, don't compare yourself to anybody else's path, right? We've all got our own path of development and how we're going to get there. It's different for everybody. We're not all the same. So don't look at anybody else's journey. Don't look at your journey and compare it to anybody else's. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.